I am taking a little break of Master Duel content to go back to how to deck build. Now, this series is coming closer to an end, and I hope that I can revise this series and go back through all the decks that we've done and update them and duel actual people. So let's get right into it. First off, we have the wheel, and let's see what we spin. It's going to be interesting what we spin because there's so many different decks that there are, and it looks like we're getting Dogmatika Invoked Shaddoll. This is a current meta deck, and Dogmatika Invoked Shaddoll might be getting hit, so we will see on how that works. So, Dogmatika Invoked Shaddoll is based off of 3 different types of decks. We have the Dogmatika series, which really is only 1 Ecclesia, 1 Fleur, 1 Maximum, the 1 Titaniclad, the triple Nadir Servant, and the 1 Punishment. After that, we have the Invoked engine, which is a hard carry for the whole entire deck, which is the triple Alistair, the 1 Elysium, 1 Makaba, 1 Agodes, 1 Purgatorio, and the 1 Caliga, along with the 1 Alistair and double Invocation with triple Magical Meltdown. Now, along with that, we have Terraforming, so that's the supporter card for it. And then for Shaddoll, it's really only not that many cards. We have the 1 Construct, the 1 Apocalone, double Winda, and then the 1 Schism. You can also run a tech option of an Aerial in the side deck if you need, or also a Beast. So those are like your options, and that's pretty much the full engines of the deck. So after this, it's pretty much we're just filling in a lot of the a lot of the hand traps and staple cards. So hand trap wise, this format is Ash Blossom and Imperm. So that's one of those that you could do. Then you have Fusion, then you have the Destiny Hero engine that you will also run in here. So you're running things like the Slash Steel and Dasher, the 1 of our lovely friend, the Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer, and the Triple Fusion Destiny. So there's all of that. And for the other cards, we're going to need a Magistus Moon Maiden, or you can run things like Almirage, along with a Secure Gardna. So you have those options available. And Caliga is one of the ones that you really don't need, but it's also nice to have, because the reason it allows you to do more. Now, Magistus Moon Maiden opens up a little more extra deck space over the Almirage and Secure Gardna package, even though it gives you less of one monster in the graveyard. But it really helps more. Now, one of our Dogmatika punishment targets is going to be Natis now, since we have extra space. And Starving Venom Fusion Dragon is going to be our other target for, you guessed it, Super Polymerization. One of the best cards in the deck. Also, we have the Call by the Grave. Very, very standard. And some builds are running a heavy Shaddoll package. Other builds are running just the extra deck stuff. So the extra deck stuff is fine, but I feel like since we're running out of cards to put in, we do need a 3rd hand trap though, and I believe I'm just going to put in an Effect Veiler because that's one of the easiest ones. So we have 4 spaces left, and that could be really anything we want, which is pretty nice, in my opinion. And we could just do many different versions of the deck. And by many other versions, this is the Enforcer version, which is absolutely fine, since it runs more hand traps and defensive cards because it's more going second. So one of the things we could definitely do is something like a Nibiru. 2 Nibiru, 100% fine. And Crossout Designator can be ran in this, since we're running a more defensive build, and it helps way more. Now, if we were to fine-tune the extra deck, what cards would I cut? The Ecclesia, not the Ecclesia, the Ecclesium, and that's pretty much it out of the extra deck. And Alistair the Invoker, so we have 2 more spots so we can put 2 cards back in. And one of the main cards that we kind of want to run is the Verte Anaconda, but I kind of want to step away from that, because if we do run the Verte Anaconda, we just cut the construct and put the Verte in. So you have a lot of trade-offs, and this is pretty much the deck. It's more of a reaction deck going second, but it could also go first if you just normal summon out Alistair for 6 years straight, or 5 years, 5 years straight. Then we could either go Almirage to get another type in the grave, which is mostly the turn 1 play, in my opinion. Then we go activate the Invocation, and we grab the Macabre using Alistair and the Secure Gardena. We just set 1, and we pass. Why do I have 2 Maximuses in here? What? That's not supposed to be there. But instead of the 3rd Veiler, the 2nd Ecclesia would be needed. So we have a hand like this. This is a standard. I activate Fusion Destiny, summon out the Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer, activate our Nadir Servant, sending something like a Titaniclad to the graveyard. Or we could send a Apocalone, then we can grab an Ecclesia. Then an Apocalone is going to trigger, and we're going to use its effect. And this is where we're going to add a Schism. Then after that, we are going to discard our Nibiru, because we don't want to lose any of our value that we have. Then we're going to activate the effect of Ecclesia, grabbing our punishment, and we already have the Fleur-de-Lis in hand. So we just set 2, end phase, and we pass. Then on your opponent's turn, what would happen is they would go into a phase, they go into the main phase, and they activate something, then you activate the effect of the Shaddoll Schism. We could banish the Apocalone, and sadly we're going to have to banish the Dasher because we don't have another Dark, and we summon out the Winda, and whatever else they do, we have a punishment and effect veiler for it. So Fusion Destiny resolves, it triggers, we use the Destiny Hero Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer, and we draw an Alistair, and we resolve the effect of our Destroyer Phoenix. After that, since we don't have another special summon, we're going to normal summon out the Alistair and chain the Destroyer Phoenix. Destroyer Phoenix is going to target itself and the Alistair. Should have been the Winda, but it's absolutely fine. And we get to trigger that. But all in all, this deck is as standard as you can get. But anyways, I've been Bolt Spider. I hope you guys did enjoy. And this deck is most likely going to be no more. But anyways, see you guys in the next video.